Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Airhauler 2 with Maybe You Heard 37. So our last flight, we came on down to Memphis, and at the end we unloaded some cargo to create a base a little bit quicker. The base is done. Actually, the base has been done. I actually, about a week or so ago, tried to make a flight from Memphis to Chattanooga. Couldn't quite get it in time, so I ended up couldn't do that over here at Chattanooga, KCHA I think it is. So I did away with that. And in this episode, we're going to go from Memphis over to, I believe it's Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, airport KO code 2M2. As you can see, it's about 2,830 pounds. It pays pretty good at 27 grand, just 134 miles. Let's go over here to FS Commander. Over here at Memphis, the wind actually started making the plans a little bit ago. The wind keeps on changing. I'm set up. We're going to take off on runway 9. It's over here going this way in 093 degrees. And over here at Lawrenceburg, let's see. We're going to, if I zoom out here, the wind has been changing, like I said. Initially, all the wind was coming this way. So we're set up for runway 35. That's a heading of 349 degrees. Airport elevation is about 935 feet. And we do have to pay attention. Remember, we're in Tennessee. So there are a bunch of mountains around. So we got to pay attention to the MSAs, minimum safe altitude. You can see up here to the north, it's about 2,600 feet. Over here, about 2,700 feet. It's mainly important for the approach. Because like I said, the airport elevation is 935 feet. So we'll keep it above 2,700 feet. May just kind of come in kind of high until we, as long as we can see everything. Because the other day when I was trying to make Chattanooga, I was over at the Chattanooga airport, and you just could not see anything. You could not see, except until you got about 50 feet off the ground, so it was ridiculously crazy. So we'll come in maybe kind of high, come kind of high. I'm hoping, I haven't checked out the weather on this one. Hopefully the weather isn't too bad. I did check the airport out. It didn't look like the weather was too bad, so hopefully it'll be all good. I think I've already got this thing loaded up. Right here, let's go ahead and do fly now. This is us, the FedEx over there in Memphis. We've got our aircraft parts, 2,830 pounds. It was about 134 miles, I believe it was. And we've got enough fuel for 292, so that's plenty. Alright, so as always, we switch that to VFR. Not sure that'll matter too much. Let's see, we'll go with odd altitude. We could go 7,500 or 9,500. That's such a short flight. We'll probably go up to 9,500 because we get up pretty quick. I'll move this back just a little bit. Actually, that's probably too far. So I can't remember if it either moves this back 4 hours or 5. I can't remember. So it'll be either 11:15 or 12:15 in the afternoon. Last position, I'm going to go through FSX to make sure that this thing loads the fuel and everything correct. So that won't matter. I believe it's actually gate 100 I'm going to go for. But let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the airport. I just shut her down. So we're over here in the corner. This is like the far northeast corner of the airport. It looks like a big ass parking lot. It is a big ass parking lot for planes. This is the north over here, and so normally you come in and fly over here. I've noticed it a couple times. Wasn't quite sure what it was. Because, as you can see, there's no actual planes here, but once you get here, you realize it's just a big parking lot for the planes. I believe this is the FedEx area. So maybe, like, when you're at this airport, you could take out World of AI and maybe put in some more planes. Because there definitely isn't anything here. I would look cool. I mean, could you imagine this whole thing filled up with planes? It would be awesome. Anyhow, let's get in here. Parking brake is on, just make sure. Happened to me the other day. It actually wasn't on. I started up one of the engine and we started going forward. Alright, so we're on external power. DC master switch can come on. Anti-collision and position lights can come on. Now let's move ourselves forward. Go up and forward so we can check out our gauges as we start this thing. There we go. Make sure I can get everything up here. We're good there. Alright. So we'll start up the left engine first. There we go. 10%. Give her fuel. There she goes. Everything looks good there. I'm gonna turn the bus tie to normal. The left generator can come on. Let's go for the right engine. 10%. Give her fuel. Alright, everything looks good so far. Everything does look good. And I found something out. I talked about the fuel gauges looking a little bit different, and they actually are different. I don't know why. Why those are a little bit different in capacity. Not hugely different, but they are a little bit different. And I thought that was kind of odd that they would actually do that. Oh, I thought we had one upstairs. There we go. The right generator can come on. Put this on battery. Oops. Put that to auto. So all these are good. We can turn the windshield heat on. Pitot heat comes on. We're going to leave the bleed airs off right now. And we're not going to use ATC because we're where we want to be. Let me see. I believe it's 4 we'll bring up. There it is. Alright, so that looks good. We'll go ahead and turn our taxi light on. Parking brake coming off. Let's go ahead and taxi. The always fun taxi in the Twin Otter. It's such a joy. It's the only thing I don't like about the plane, as I always say. Like, see, we were moving and I didn't touch the brakes or anything, and it just came to a stop. And again, and here comes the power coming down a little bit. But see, here in a second, she'll get going too fast, and we'll have to slow her down when we straighten up. So we're at the end of the runway. We actually need to go clear down to the other end of the runway. I'd like to see what it says right here. Yeah, 50%, and I'm at 50% on my joystick as well, and yet you're telling me 50%, this is as fast as we can go? Like, usually it will go a little bit quicker here in a second, but I mean, at 50% we should be taxiing at a pretty good clip, but it just doesn't. Like I said, usually she'll speed up a little bit here. Let's look right here, because I think that's the taxiway we want to use. I think the end of the runway is right over here. See, here we go. She's starting to pick up a lot. Oh, FedEx. What are you doing? Good Lord, buddy. You gotta watch where you're going. The little Twin Otter FedEx feeder about took you out. Alright, so see, that's the runway right here. Like I said, I do believe there is a taxiway over here. Yes, there is. Because we were taking off that way when I was trying to do Chattanooga. And Chattanooga has ILS, but I could not get it to connect. I don't know why. I kept checking it, and she just wouldn't go. Alright, so I'm going to put the flaps to 20. Probably really don't need 20 degrees of flaps, but we don't have much fuel. We are packed pretty good with cargo, though. We're not near the maximum takeoff weight or anything, but we'll do 20 flaps. Like I said, we won't have any problem getting up anyway. Probably have enough room to get up as soon as we can have a taxiway over to the runway. I hope we don't have to go clear down to the end. I believe this is a shorter runway. The 18s and 36 are the main runways. There's 3 of those. They're all longer. I do love this scenery. Memphis. I need to get Louisville. I wanted to say someone made Indianapolis as well, maybe FSDreamTeam. Those are the two I still need to get. Because we use, well, we could use Louisville. We used Indianapolis as bases before, but Louisville is, I'm somewhat close to Louisville, and I would like to use that as a base too. What's this, another big cargo airport? I'm just gonna have to go through this guy, obviously. I mean, what else could we do right there? Here we go, 27 and 9. Like I say, we've got, this thing gets up so quick, you don't need much room at all. We'll stop her right here though. And we should probably set our, over here, 093. You can see she's being a bit jaggedy. I've got everything turned up all the way to the max. So we'll probably, hopefully stop that here in just a bit. Let's check out to the right until we can't see much to the left. Landing lights are on. Strobes are on. I think everything we want is on. I'm not going to mess with no smoke. That's the deal. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We're a cargo plane, so who would we be telling? Bleed air stay off, I believe, until we get up in the air. Transponder coming on. Reset my views. Let's check again to my right. Come on, plane. See, that's like where she kicks in. Alright, start bringing in the power. We don't want to go complete full power. 80 knots, let's go ahead and rotate. Man, she gets up so quick. Stall aircraft are just crazy like that. Flaps going to 10. And now 0. Flaps fully retracted. Yaw damper coming on. We'll use the autopilot just because I want to check out the scenery real quick before it goes out of view. CDI. So let me bring this up. Indicated airspeed and nav. Let's check outside real quick. Although it's kind of out of view. It's like a big parking area for all the cargo. The rest of it is kind of a little too low to see it, getting a little too far away. FSDreamTeam is different. I'll show you. They literally take the, usually on some of them at least, the stock runways, and they literally just lay their runway over top of it. They're, I don't know what you call textures or whatever. Instead of like redoing a whole area. It's kind of crazy how they do that. I found that out at JFK. That's at least one area they do it at. We're climbing almost 2,000 feet a minute. We can bring the power back just a little bit. Although I think that might make us... yeah, there we go. There we go. Got all the scenery down there below. Of course, that's just Orbx, openLC North America and everything. It's on back over there is the actual downtown area with all the high rises. I think you can see that in the one of the. I think the video, yeah, last video where we came down here to Memphis to create our base. Pretty nice. Those bleed airs, I guess we can go ahead and turn them on. $5,000 feet now. She does look really good out there. As soon as you get done with the texture popping. 129 miles, just over an hour now. Actually, what was that heading? 086. Let's see, 6,000 feet now, going up to 9,500. See, FSX, man, she still has so much to offer. That's not good. That's never good. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna experience memory problems now. That was, what the hell was that? What in the hell? I've never seen anything like that. And amazing is, I said, FSX has so much to offer, and then we get that. I've never seen that before, ever. I'm surprised we're still so close to the airport. See, you can still get memory problems and stuff, but she still has so much to offer with great scenery, man. I hate to give it up. I mean, I'm gonna keep it for a long time, as far as I can see. They're still making scenery for it. I'm gonna get more into X-Plane 11. I'll probably not mess with P3D too much, but FSX and X-Plane 11 will probably be my main ones. But I mean, FSX, I've got so much money invested in it and everything. It's really hard to let it go. And like I say, it still has a lot to offer. The memory problems will always be there and always plague it, you know, but I love it so much. And it's what I'm used to, and so many of you're used to it. I mean, we've been flying this for over a decade now. Alright, bringing back the power. She'll bring the nose down here as we bring back the power. Slow the climb and level out at 9,500. We'll keep the power right here until we get up to 9,500. Bring it back just a little bit, actually. Here we come up to the 9,500. Altitude hold at 9,500. I'm going to increase our power. I'm going to go about 70%, which is probably more than what they usually use, but we seem to have enough fuel for it. We don't quite burn as much as we're supposed to, I think, so we should be good. Both tanks look like they have plenty of fuel. 121 miles in about 41 minutes. That'll of course come down as we speed up. Everything looks good. Yeah, and the weather doesn't seem too bad. Hopefully it's going to be like this in Lawrenceburg. Chattanooga was just ridiculous. You could, like I said, you could only see 50 feet off the ground. There's no way you could land there, especially with I couldn't even get tuned into the localizer, so there's no way that was going to happen. Alright, but got a little ways to go, so I'm going to go ahead and speed on up, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright everybody, slowing her down to normal speed. You can see we're about 5 miles out. And so we'll be doing a heading of 124 to get into the pattern. I can't quite see the airport. It's a little bit less than 6,000 feet. Lengthened runway, I should say. Going down to about 2,000. We're a little on the high side. But that's okay, because like I said, see, I was worried because in Chattanooga, it's covered by mountains, so you really have to be careful. Especially like that day, it was so foggy, I couldn't see anything. Yeah, I can't quite see the runway at all. Got about 1,000 feet to go. This might be it over here. So I'm gonna let it go just a little bit more for. Yeah, there's the happy lights, or Vasily, whichever ones. All right, so let's go to 124. It might still be a little early. I can't really tell. Alright, got about 400 feet to go. Bring up the power. We may have actually gone a little too far. Actually pretty good. Alright, bringing out the power a little more, a little more, a little more. Bring that nose up. So we need to turn, but I've got to, at the same time, I've got to do this. 169. Altitude hold. Bring up the power. 169. Alright, bring up the power a lot better. We are at high RPM. Brought those down to 80 on the cruise. $169. It actually says that we're going 174. I wish I could read that. You can't really read the compass. Does look like we're flying a little out to the side. So I'll bring her back a little bit. Got my course set to the runway heading 349 degrees. There we are at 169. Get rid of that. I think we're actually at 168, so I'm going to turn her. See, some of them you can hold it over the mouse, but that one you can't. I think it's just too far back to read. You can make a view for it, of course. And nice and flat, man. Like I say, Chattanooga is a real bear. So foggy, cloudy, no chance of landing. Unless you had a plane capable, you know, got Cat 3 or something. But like I say, I couldn't even get the localizer on there. We're going a little fast. You're technically supposed to be going the approach speed in the pattern. But this thing, it lands so slow and everything, I don't know. Alright, the base would be 079. We've gone out more than far enough. Bringing that on the power a little bit more. And then we'll turn to 349. Can't even find the runway. 349. Oops, there we go. I don't know if we're going to come out too far or not. I can't really see. Yeah, it'll be pretty close, actually. Alright, we're pitched up a lot here. Going flaps to 10. Actually, man, that looks almost perfect. Altitude hold coming off. We're about to get a little high. That we're a little to the left. Yaw damper coming off. Oops, autopilot coming off. Increase the power a little bit. We're getting a little slow. Get ourselves lined up a little better as well. She keeps wanting to bring the nose up. I'm trying to trim her down. She just really doesn't like it. Flaps to 20. As she keeps bringing the nose up, it's almost like it's trimming itself. Alright, let me get down because I don't want to come in too high. Yeah, I'm having to really force the nose of the plane down. She just really brings the nose up and pitches the plane up. Flaps to 30. She's doing a little better on the nose. I'm still trying to trim her. That's a lot better right there. Alright, got it recording. Obviously still a little high. The thing I'm always scared about this is coming in too slow as well, because she really does slow down quite a bit. You get really close to the stall speed. Fly her down to the runway. Says it was okay. I was just about to start flaring right when we touched. It's not great with the gauging exactly how high you are. Retracting the flaps. Technically, I guess this would have a GPWS. You can do that through Air Hauler 2. But in the US, because this thing holds, what, 19? So that might actually be mandated by law. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But I think it's around that you have to have the GPWS. We'll just get off the runway here. Landing lights come off. Strobe lights off as well. Windshield heat can come off. Pitot, you can come off. Keep everything else on. Stop the recording. Alright, let's pull on ahead. We'll pull over to the right. Don't want to be there over by the fuel. Come on. Pull right over here. She goes up to the building. Easy plane. Oh my goodness. Right there. Let's see how good we did. Looks pretty good. I bet she's right on her. Ah, a little to the right. Oh well. Parking brake is coming on. Tax light needs to go off. Let's say there's external power out there, so we'll go to external power. Turn the generators off. And we can cut the fuel. So that master switch is on. Let's go ahead and we'll turn everything off. Alright, so everything up, bleeders. Alright, so let's go over to Air Hauler 2 and get ourselves paid. Alright, here we are. Go ahead and unload our cargo. It's kind of weird that aircraft parts were going here instead of from here to Memphis. Of course, it's just random. So you still had 180 miles worth of fuel. So we're not burning quite like we're supposed to. Come on, Air Hauler 2. Lawrenceburg County, Tennessee. Alright, finish the flight monitoring. Alright, so from KMEM to 2M2, took off at 5:40, landed at 6:33. It says it took 52 minutes. Takeoff fuel 1,114 pounds, landed with 703. Alright, so I wish it was kind of, after that, like, tell us exactly how much that was. Obviously, you can do it in your head. It's like 411. Alright, so max altitude 9,645 feet, max pitch negative 14.07, max rolls 25.00, max speed 156.55 knots, minimum Gs 0.89, minimum Gs exceeds 0, max Gs 1.26, max Gs exceeds 0, false, overspeed false, so your description was okay, landing gear down true, of course. Landed on asphalt, no damage to the runway, no damage to the plane, came down a little high there, 200.98. Like I said, I was just about to flare. 62.74 was the landing speed. Landing pitch negative 4.15. Landing roll 0.53. Landing heading 355.37. Wind speed 7. 88. So it was actually a crosswind, which is fine. Alright, so it's still in there. Sometimes it takes a little while. Sometimes you actually have to restart it to get it off, but it is done. You can see company cash down here, 6.3 million. Today's actually the day after Christmas. So getting to fly. So where are we at? 2M2. Let's see what they have here. Go to 0. See, I'm not gonna have enough. I'm probably gonna have to work 7 straight. I have a feeling. We could do either of these. Man, that pays a ton. That actually pays more than what we just did for 300 extra pounds. And I wonder where that one goes. And see, we'll be able to do that one, although it doesn't pay as much. Well, that'd be a little far for that kind of money. Man, I really want to get this one done. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one or not. It really should be done. 146 miles and it pays 25. I've got 3 days to do it, so it's Tuesday. I just don't know if I'll have time. But I'm going to try to do it because it shouldn't take too long. And like I say, that pays pretty good. I'm getting kind of ticked off again. I totally did redid my routes. I kept the same. What I did, I just took the people off and reassigned them to get the most experienced people on the most the hardest or highest planes. But man, they're still dinging it. Today's Tuesday, so they've already 14% damage done in the last 2 days. Like, come on now. They're really dinging up some of these planes. Even my highest people, look at that. There's 1% damage in 2 days. To our chieftain. I mean, come on. You guys are like the most experienced pilots down here. Stop doing that. Yeah, because I repair them every week. Because Monday is the start of the new week when they start flying again. They all get like Sunday off and most of Saturday. Alright, but anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. Hope y'all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.